Hello, Leo. Welcome to the forest. If you're here, that means you were drawn into my little spot by these wonderful fire energies. So, since you're here, I will do a love reading and we'll find out where you are and where you're going to be in love, and then also look at the energy around you in love. And then I'll get an oracle card for you and the energy around you in love, also. And if you'd like to find your way back here, please subscribe and tap the bell button. And if this resonates, I'd love a thumbs up. Alright, so let's see what spirit animal we have in the forest for our lovely Leos today. What do we have for Leo? What animal spirit is around? Oh my god! That is too perfect. Leo, you got the lion. I mean, I'm not going to try to tell you your business here. I think you know how to do you. But I will read what this says here. Kind of paraphrase. This energy is all about being courageous. It's about standing for what you believe in. It's about taking pride in what you've worked on. It's about having a loving family. It's about knowing how to communicate. It's about working together. And I think that is really neat. This is about, the bottom one says, make noble choices for your life and your tribe. So, yeah, a lot of very majestic vibes here. A lot of, I'm going to stand in my power and do what I believe is right, which is very cool here. Nice, Leo, nice. Way to start out strong. I like that. All right, so let's see what we have for you right here. On your journey in love, what do we have for our Leos? Standing in their power. Try to get one more. King of Air, the Five of Water, and the Messenger of Water. I feel like you're being very balanced in your thoughts here. Feeling really good about something, possibly about something that makes you feel nostalgic, something that feels like home to you. And I feel like, even though like this is kind of like a little bit more of like a fun, lighthearted vibe here, I also feel a lot of like smarts, a lot of intelligence. So we'll see what else we have here on your journey. I feel like you're in a really good place right now. Like maybe just like happy. Like try not maybe to let your emotions like overwhelm you here, trying to stay on that more logical side with the King of Air, but at the same time, like I just feel this happiness, this joy. So let's see what else we have here. Leave me a little bit cool, calm, collected. What do we have for Leo's journey? This is a good tarot. We have the Three of Air, the Ten of Air, the Queen of Earth, and the Messenger of Fire. I feel like you are letting go of anything that is negative here. Like, the Queen of Earth, like, I love that this came out for your reading here with that lion, because I feel like she's very majestic. She very much knows what she is about. Paired with this Messenger of Fire, like she's not going to be afraid to say what's on her mind, especially with that King of Air. I feel like whatever the situation is, you're going to handle it with grace. And I feel like maybe even a little bit of fire here, I don't feel like you're going to be um letting any of these thoughts here that might be tripping you up. I don't feel like they're going to be for long, especially with that Ten of Air. I feel like that's like, okay, well, the worst of the worst is over. Now I can move on. And with this Queen of Earth and this King of Air, I feel like you are very solid here. You're like, I know my mind, I know what I think, and I know where I stand. I know what I've put myself into, and I feel like you've put it into yourself. And I feel like if this is like, as far as your relationships go, I feel like you are putting a lot into those too. Like you're being very detail oriented, like taking care of everybody, making sure that everybody has everything they need in the situation. Even with this like kind of like flirty fun vibe here too sometimes, but I also feel like you're very smart. Um, but let me see here what we have for this 10 of air. We have the 8 of fire and the high priestess. Yeah, like I was saying, I do feel like you're leaving behind anything here that isn't working for you because you're like, I see adventures on the horizon. And I love that with the messenger of fire. I feel like that kind of ties in together here. And that's why you're letting go of these thoughts, right? Because you feel this vibe. You feel like you see this little spark ahead of you. Maybe this is like either like with yourself here, going off on an adventure, trusting in your intuition to find that right path. Whether this is just you doing you or in your relationship here. And it could even possibly be that you are trusting your intuition in this, relationship that's coming in here. If I see all these bright glowing orbs here, and I feel like that is this little bit of spark. That is that fun. That is that little bit of like impulse and like, hey, yeah, let's do this. But it is also coming from a very grounded, loving place. So it's not just going to be like in and out. I feel like it's going to come from a very solid place, especially since you're letting go of these negative thoughts. You're like, yeah, like I'm trusting in my intuition here. Like I feel this ahead of me. I feel this on the horizon. Like I'm almost through these like whatever that was kind of like blocking me or holding me back here. I feel like the best is ahead of me. I'm letting go of these negative thoughts here. I feel like if there was something that was like a cycle that was going on here that was just like feeling toxic or heavy or just had you going around in your thoughts, like anxious or feeling blocked, whatever, I feel like you are using your intuition right now to like find your way, to kind of find that light in the darkness, that path ahead of you here, because you are majestic and you are, I want to say, finding your stride here, which I really like, kind of saying, all right, yeah. Let's see what we have for this 3 of air though, because sometimes that can be a little hard to manage. That can be about heartbreak. So we have the 4 of earth and the world card. I feel like you really want this new beginning here. Whatever this was, whatever this cycle was, you're like, I need to move on to something else here. I'm feeling like this stubborn feeling about wanting to close one chapter and open another. You're like, I see this ahead of me and I want to do this more than anything here. I see these worlds opening up in front of me and I'm not going to let this go. This is the key to maybe even feeling like I want to say something to do with your foundation here, with your growth. But it might just be too, like, she's a little bit blinded here. She's only focused on that one thing, holding on to it very, very tightly. And it could be possible that you are, like, maybe over focusing a little bit much on this aspect here. But at the same time, it's on this energy of, heartbreak, of having to leave something behind, of this energy of there was just too much going on in the relationship. There was just too much going on in general, whatever it was. Like there were one too many energies involved, where there maybe should have just been two. There were just too many, whether that was in, life stuff, a person coming in, whatever, that just, whatever, bad thing happened here, whether that was like a breakup or just like a bad relationship that just left that sour feeling in your mouth here. I feel like you're kind of just focused on this new beginning here, on having victory and closing any old chapters, and just, you're like, I'm just, I don't care if I have blinders on, I'm just pushing through here because this is my new beginning. This is my happiness and um, my new home here, possibly. With this, I don't know why I'm getting that for some reason, but I almost feel like she just wants to like fly towards these new beginnings, towards these new worlds that are opening up here. Because there was something that had you kind of like, stuck or not feeling so good here. And you're like, yeah, and even with this Queen of Earth, like I was saying, like keeping that focus, that focus on, what you've put yourself into, what you've invested yourself in. With these energies of like, if I want to be flirty, I'm going to be flirty. And, it's possibly here too that there's a soul connection that's come in for you that kind of has you standing on your 2 feet here, kind of pushing forward, getting through these harder energies, tapping into that higher level, that higher self of yours, saying, all right, yep, I'm just going to focus. I'm going to put my head down and we're going to get through this. But I feel like there's that little bit of spark too, that little bit of fire and passion that's kind of helping you along the way here. That little bit of brightness, and I do feel like that's like a lot of like flirtiness, a lot of like fun, a lot of like, I'm gonna work all day and play all night, maybe. um, I mean, I, who knows? Anyway, because you also have the King of Air, who can sometimes be a little bit more, standoffish sometimes. In my opinion, sometimes a little bit more quiet. With this Messenger Fire, who's a little bit more impulsive. So maybe, saying what you want to say when you want to say it, but also maybe like holding your tongue here or there. I don't necessarily think the Queen of Earth is like super open communicating wise. Like I feel like she shows a lot. And hey, with this paired with this messenger too, maybe, um even if messages are sporadic, I feel like you find the time, to communicate with each other, to let each other know somehow, some way, how you feel about each other, because she's very good at like showing how she feels. But anyway, um, and I'm not even saying like showing as like physically, but like giving gifts or checking in, hey, do you need anything? Or, what can I do for you to make things easier or whatever kind of an energy. Maybe not saying, hey, like, but you do have that messenger of water, so maybe sometimes, having that flirty vibe. But anyway, um, see what the energy around you in love has. What is the energy in love around you? Page of Swords, the Five of Wands, or the Five of Fire, and the Nine of Fire. I feel like they are learning how to work within the relationship here, learn to work with others, learning to kind of maybe share the load, so to speak, here. Like, I feel like they've been kind of running ragged here, not really sure why. I feel like there's something about communication here, something about like conflict. Like I just get this feeling of like chaos, and with this, like I've just been doing this over and over again, and I just keep getting the same results. Kind of a feeling here, but with the sun peeking out, kind of a feel. And it's the Five of Wands, which means, it's not this like super horrible thing that's going on. It's more like, okay, can we learn to work together, paired with these energies of like I'm just not really feeling this right now. Like I feel tired, I feel worn out, but I also feel like victory is close. Like I'm almost there. If I could just figure this out here, and I feel like they are very focused. And I feel like, um, as far as like communication goes, like I feel like, I'm not even sure. Like I might have to clarify that one honestly. Because of these, just this energy of like I have to like figure this out here, because I feel like they feel like this, like there's some sort of momentum that's building here. I'm kind of feeling, but with this paired with this energy of like I'm not sure if I want to keep doing this, so we'll see here. What is this Page of Swords about? Maybe even just, yeah, I was gonna say, like, maybe even just being shy, like, not really quite sure what to say, maybe because there's so much going on and they're just like, I'm gonna say the wrong thing here and it's gonna get me in trouble. I don't know. Um, oh, yeah, okay, because they have, okay, yeah, it's nothing bad. Is they have the Ace of Earth and the Ten of Water. This is the Crowtail. Um, right? This is their happiness. They see this as something that could be long term here. They see this potential that could grow into something like amazing and just blossom. And I feel like it has them a little tongue tied. And maybe even like wanting to kind of focus on this so much that maybe they're not always quite paying attention to what they're saying or how they're saying it, possibly. Maybe causing a little bit of conflict here or there, but they see this as their happy place. This is their dream come true here. This is something they know that they could work really, really hard at and make something really happen here. Like I feel like there's a lot of happiness here. It's kind of hidden behind this like shy facade because they want to like start something here, or they see the potential. They see the potential of this and they're like, "Oh my God, like this is my happily ever after." So anyway, we'll see here. What is this 5 of fire? The 7 of water and judgment. So maybe not being quite sure what they feel all the time. Like maybe kind of changing, being a little bit wishy-washy with how they feel about things here. They're like maybe like not with how they feel about you necessarily, their relationship, but like what they prioritize as their happiness. But feeling this call from the universe here saying, all right, yeah, we have to figure this out. Like, we can't keep doing this anymore. Maybe that's part of that cycle I was kind of feeling too, this little bit of, chaos of like, there's just so much that I want to put my heart into. There's so much I want to put my feelings into that I've put my heart into right now. Like, which of these things is going to give me victory? Which of these things should I invest in myself in? What makes me feel the most, whatever it is here, because with this energy of judgment, I feel like they're being called to let go of anything that isn't going to be solid, that isn't going to let them move on here from whatever this is, with this not being able to quite mesh energies with the world around them. Something ended here. It might even be like their dreams possibly here, or like, or maybe even like options, like emotional options ending, being like, no, no more of that, we're done here. Possibly trying to figure out how to work with that. But I mean, judgment is also very lighthearted. This can also be that energy of, all right, like we've put everything in the past is in the past, right? We're letting everything go. New me, new you, rising above the challenges and coming together again, or at least like being able to meet on solid, balanced ground, and whether or not a reunion is possible is kind of, dependent on you two, but it can also be that energy of, an energy from the past that wants to come back, that's kind of saying, hey, um, remember all those hopes and plans we had here. Um, but anyways, like I just feel like there's like a lot of needing them to kind of learn how to work with their energies that they have going on, because I feel like they're kind of pushing against us here. Maybe um but like I said, with that judgment, like I feel like the universe is like, all right, yep, we're gonna be done with that. We're gonna be done with that, like that wishy-washy energy, or whatever we had going on here. It could be possible too that that's why they're upset. Maybe it's just the energies from the universe that they're kind of fighting with here a little bit, trying to learn how to work with them, how to learn how to achieve that success and have those dreams and let the past go, because they see this new beginning with you. Oh my gosh, I feel like this is really long. So, but I feel like with this 9 of Wands too, like I feel like they do feel like this is like something that they want to keep doing here. And it might start to feel a little bit heavy at times, but I feel like they're like, oh, my happiness is so close though. This is so close. Like I can just figure this out here. So I'm gonna get an oracle card here for them, and then I can see you out in the forest. Oh, let's see. Oh wow, maybe they're fire sign as well. They have the cougar, assertive. This one is about claiming your leadership. It's about taking action. It's that fire earthy vibe. It's about being courageous. Okay, sorry. You just died for the kitty there. Speaking of, we were talking about the cougar. I think it's really interesting that they got the cougar, which is one of those big cats that is very quiet, very silent. It prowls through the mountains and in the trees. And then it eventually, finds its prey and it pounces on it. But I mean, they're not built for speed or stamina or anything like that. They are built for pouncing and they are very quiet. And I think that's really interesting with that Page of Swords vibe there. I feel like this is their spirit animal here is saying, like, if you feel like you need to take action, then take action. Like, maybe you don't even have to say anything, but maybe it's time to do something, time to be courageous, time to succeed here, time to have victory. But I think that's really cool that, yeah, that they have this beautiful golden tiger, golden cougar stealthily coming out of the trees for you. Maybe prowling low to the ground with its belly in the grass, kind of looking up here and there, maybe stretching out, like, all right, yep, everything's clear, everything's cool. And then, going on all cool as a cucumber, kind of giving off these vibes of I'm going to be silent and I'm going to be courageous. Maybe little bits of fire dancing off of it as well. Not afraid to, like, be in its stride and have that power. And then your spirit animal coming out is this beautiful tawny lion, maybe with little silver sparks coming off of it, saying, do you. It's time to embrace your power, time to let go of the past, time to step forward into this new future. It's also about that soul tribe feel. Also very fiery. It's also very passionate and about family. And I just love that. I think it's really neat that you both got felines for your spirit animals in the woods today. I think that, it's a pretty good match there. But, anyways, if you'd like to find your way back, please subscribe and tap the bell button. And, anyways, I hope you have a great couple of weeks, and I'll talk to you later.